Namo Sakamuni Buddha, Namo Sakamuni Buddha, Namo Sakamuni Buddha.
Okay. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, go ahead, Hong Thiện. You can do it now, please. Sorry.
Word only one. Now we understand. In fact, we are bodhisattvas and have received a prophecy. Flows enjoy having a what we never had before. At time, uh, Adnatha, Kandina, and the other wishing to state their meaning once more, spoke in verse form, saying, "We have heard the sound of the prophecy assuring us of unsurpassed ease and tranquility. We rejoice in gaining what we had never before and make a blame to the Buddha of measureless wisdom. Now in the present of the world on the one, we bewail our fault and error of the Buddha's immeasurable treasure. We have gained only a small portion of Nibbana. And like ignorant and foolish person, we have taken that to sufficient. We are like the poor and powerless man who went to the house of a close friend. The house was a very populous one, and he served many trade of uh, delicacies. The friend took a priceless jewel, sewed it in the lining of the postman's robe, gave it without a word, and then went away. The man, being asleep, knew nothing of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, motherfucker. This what he's saying. So, so they receive a prophecy that they will attain the Buddhahood in the future, and they are really happy, and they gain something that they never had before, and Nata Kandinja and the other want to speak in this form, saying that they heard this prophecy and they have confidence that they and have the peace of mind, and they have never gained what that they had never gained before, and they pay respect to the Buddha of many wisdom, and for this one at the present, and they with their ignorance and with the thought. Um, so so with this Buddha present, and they only get a small portion of nirvana, and like ignorant and foolish person have taken that to be efficient. And what they're saying is they are poor and impoverished men, and they went to a friend of the house. The house really nice, and they serve many trade DNSC, and definitely take a piece of jewelry to their the rope, and so without saying anything, and they went away, and the man that did not know anything about it. Um, this price plus jewelry is special to them, and they don't know that they have it. This is how I understand.
Okay. Thank you. You remember uh, Anatha Kandinya? You know, remember who is it?
I don't.
Okay. Cô Thương Nguyễn, can you remember this monk?
A Di Đà Phật thưa thầy, I don't remember.
So he is the first one. Actually, he is one of the eight Brahmins that gave the petition to the prince when the Buddha was born. So he
Viên A Di Đà.
ông nói
Simian
Kiều Từng Như á.
con
Kiều Từng Như.
con đơn à?
Rani.
Từng Như. Yeah, so he gave prediction that the prince would become Buddha, but all the Brahmins that he would be the universal king. But for him, he said no, he would be the Buddha. And after the prince left the palace, he and four more Brahmin followed the Buddha. So they were the first five Buddhist monks after Buddha attained enlightenment to get the Buddha teaching at the Deer Park, the Four Noble Truth Expo Pass. So that's what's he about. Yeah, can you read please? Yeah, Thông Nguyên, please.
Yeah, A Di Đà Phật. After the man had gotten up, he journeyed here and there to other countries, seeking food and clothing to keep himself alive, finding it very difficult to provide for his livelihood. He made do with what little he could get and never hoped for anything finer, unaware that in the lining of his robe he had a priceless year. Later, the close friends who had given him the jewel happened to meet the poor man, and after severely rebuking him, showed him the jewel and threw in the robe. When the poor man saw the jewel, his heart was filled with great joy, for he has rich possessed of wealth and goods sufficient to satisfy the five desires. We are like that man. Through the long night, the word honest one constantly in his pity teach and convert us, causing us to plant the seed of an unsurpassed aspirations. But because we are without wisdom, we are unaware of this. Unknowing, having gained a small portion of nirvana, we are satisfied and seek nothing more. But now the Buddha awaked us, saying this is not really extinction. When you have gained the Buddha's surpassed wisdom, then that will be true extinctions. Now we have heard from the Buddha these prophecies and descriptions of adornment and how it in turn will bestow a prophecy on his successors, and in body and mind we are filled with joy. Um, so I understand that in here the Buddha teach us that every individual of beings has its own wisdom. However, because uh, beings are very, uh, we are too quickly satisfied with what our state of mind. That will be the true happiness and the true great choice that the Buddha want to teach us. And we should not be satisfied with our state of mind until we reach this stage. This is what I understand.
Thank you. Yeah, the state of Buddhahood, that's what it's meant here. Not nirvana, not the arhatship, according to the context of this passage. Plus, they gave the analogy, a metaphor about a man who saw a jewel inside the ropes of the fence. So that's one of the parable. Yeah. Okay, so this is so for this chapter then. Yeah. Yeah. So is it finished for this chapter? Just talk about the Buddha Ashur Ananda, Rahula, and others, close disciple of him that for sure they will attain Buddhahood. That's why they was given the prediction to attain the Buddhahood. Now we move on to the next chapter. I'm sorry, this is the next chapter, chapter 8. The Buddha gave prediction to Ananda, Rahula, and other one too. Tammy, are you there?
Yes.
Yeah, can you read, please?
At that time, Ananda and Rahula thought to themselves, whenever we reflect, we consider how delightful it would be if we should receive a prophecy of enlightenment. Immediately they rose from their seats, advanced to a position in front of the Buddha, touched their heads to the ground, and bowed to the Buddha's feet. Together they spoke to the Buddha, saying, World honored one, we too should have a share of this. We have put all our trust in the thus come one alone, and we are well known to the heavenly and human beings and asars of all the world. Ananda constantly attends the Buddha and guards and upholds the Dharma storehouse, and Rahula is the Buddha's son. If the Buddha should bestow on us a prophecy that we will attain Anatra Sammaka Sambuddha, then our wishes will be fulfilled and the longings of the multitude likewise will be satisfied. At that time, 2,000 of the voice hearers' disciples, both learners and adepts, who had nothing more to learn, all rose from their seats, bared their right shoulders, advanced to a position in front of the Buddha, pressed their palms together with a single mind, and gazing up in reverence at the world honored one, repeated the wish expressed by Ananda and Rahula and stood to one side. So this is talking about how they were so happy to receive the prophecy of enlightenment, and that since they had been great followers of Buddha, they were glad to hear that they would also attain Buddhahood. And then not only them, but their followers, they also were delighted and stood up and bared their right shoulders, doing the same thing, putting their palms together in reverence to the Buddha and his teachings.
So they wished to get permission from the Buddha that they will become Buddha in future. Yeah, and Jimmy, please.
Mô Phật Thầy. The wisdom of right universal knowledge, perfect clarity, and conduct well gone. Understanding the world, unexcel worthy, and trainer of people, teacher of heavenly and human beings. Buddha were honor one. You will offer alms to 62 million Buddhas and will guard and uphold their Dharma houses. And after that, you will attain Anuttara Samak Sambodhi. You will teach and convert bodhisattvas as numerous as 20,000, 10,000 million Ganges saints, and will cause them to attain Anuttara Samak Sambodhi. Your land will be named ever sending victory banner. Its soil will be clean and pure, and made of lapis lazuli, the wonderful sound filling everywhere. The lifespan of that Buddha will be immeasurable, 1,000, 10,000 million of Asamaki and Kalpas. Thought man should calculate and reckon 1,000, 10,000 millions of immeasurable Samkas of Kalpas. They could never ascertain the lifespan of that Buddha, and counterfeit law will endure in the world for twice the time of the correct law. Ananda, this mountain sea wisdom, unrestricted power King Buddha, will be praised alike by thirst come ones of the 10 directions, who are equal in number to immeasurable 1,000, 10,000 millions of Ganges sands, and they will extol his blessing. Yeah, how I understand is the Buddha say that with Ananda that he will be the future Buddha. The 2 million Buddhas will guard his Dharma's story house.
Why will he offer so many Buddhas, become Buddha then? So here in the case of Ananda, the Buddha gave the prediction that yes, you will offer alms to 60 to millions Buddhas. Why is that? Why will he need?
Because more facting.
Why?
Because the Buddha thinks that lectures or something like that, or can open their Buddha.
He understand the question, Thân Thiền?
Your question is why
will he need to make offerings to that many Buddha, 62 millions Buddha, to become Buddha? So if for normal people, they may think that, the Buddhas accept the pride, right? You understand that? So why is that? Why will he need to make offerings to that many Buddhas? And
well, okay, I think the way I understand is you make many often to many Buddhas in order to learn the Dharma from the Buddha, so that we will be able to gain the wisdom and carry the practice for many lifetimes, so that you will be able to earn the unsurpassed wisdom, and once you get to the end, you will become a Buddha. That's how I understand.
okay, yeah, thank you. Yes, Ko Thung Nguyen, what do you think? Why is that? Is that the requirements or what?
I think when he to be able to get support from this 62 million Buddha, because there are in that text also said teach that he will convert many bodhisattvas, giving them teachings and guiding them. So I think he also needs to learn and to get support or receiving the support of this Buddha, so that he will have more power to help sentient beings.
Yeah, thank you. It's like a college student, right? When they go to medical, they should have internship. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I was cut up. So can you hear me?
Yes,
I don't know where I left. So anyway, so like a medical student, can you follow me?
No, Thầy, I missed something. It's breaking up.
Our internet is very unstable thầy. It's very unstable internet.
Oh, really? Sorry. Okay, yeah, one more time. Sorry. Yeah, so again, like the medical student that take the residency to practice under the guidance of many doctors before they do the practice by themselves. So do the Buddhas. So in order to become a Buddha, they need to learn with so many Buddhas in the past. So the number is 62 millions. I think that again, that's just the symbolic number, not from 1 to 60 million, but still that's remind us that we need to learn from so many Buddhas, so many Bodhisattvas on the past. Okay, yeah. Let's see here. John, can you read please, John? Thân thiện, John is there. Okay. That's okay. Yeah, thầy giáo Pháp, you can read now.
At that time, at that time, the world honor one, wishing to state his meaning once more, spoke in verse form, saying, I now say to the monk that Ananda, upholder of the law, will give alms to the Buddha and after will achieve correct enlightenment. His name will be Mountain Sea wisdom, unrestricted power King Buddha. His land will be clean, pure, and ever-standing victory banner. He would teach and convert Bodhisattva in number like gain sands. The Buddha will possess great dignity and virtue. His we know will fill the 10 directions. His lifespan will be immeasurable because he takes pity on living beings. His correct law tries that again. His counterfeit law tries again. As numerous as gain sand will be countless living beings who in midst of the Buddha law will plan cause and condition leading to the Buddha way. Yeah, stop right here.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, move on. Basically, this is the Buddha give prediction to the Ananda. He will become Buddha named Mountain Sea Wisdom Unrestricted Power King Buddha, and his land will be standing victory banner, I guess. And he will liberate countless bodhisattva and living beings, and his lifespan is numerous, it's immeasurable. You cannot count. Yeah, move.
Okay. Sư thân thiện, John there.
John's there.
Receiving a prophecy such as, for what reason should these voice hearers receive such a prediction?
Sorry, you done?
You
done, John?
Yeah, I read that.
Go
Can
down
we
here.
read to prophecy?
Yeah.
At that time, the world honored one, knowing the thought that was in the mind of these bodhisattvas, said to them, "Good men, when Ananda and I were at the palace of void, King Buddha, we both at the same time conceived the determination to attain a new Tarak Samyak Sambodhi. Ananda constantly delighted in wide knowledge of the law. I constantly put forth diligent effort. Therefore, I have fully succeeded in attaining Anuttara Sambodhis while the Ananda guards and uphold my laws. And he will likewise guard the Dharma storehouses of the Buddhas of future existence and will teach, convert, and bring success to the multitude of bodhisattvas. Such as was his original vow, and therefore he was received this prophecy."
Okay. Do you understand what's mean?
I stand a bit.
Yeah. So again, right, the first passage to say that somehow so many Bodhisattvas wonder why the Buddha gave permission to those voice hearers, mean the arhat, the one that heard Buddha teaching directly. And, yeah, and they wonder how could the Buddha give permission to those arhat. The next passage to say that the Buddha mentioned in the past Buddhas and Ananda practice together during the times of past Buddha, right? The voice King Buddha. So Ananda made a vow is to constantly delight in wide knowledge. That means he liked to learn about Buddhism deeply. But for second Buddha, he made the dedication, a determination that he want to practice diligently. That's why he become Buddha first. And when Ananda still uphold the law, that's when he is one of the Buddha great disciple who remember most of Buddha teaching due to his vows in the past. But now the Buddha gave him permission to become Buddha in future. Okay, Thăng Thiền, can you read next, please?
Yeah, mô Phật thầy. When Ananda, in the presence of the Buddha, heard this prophecy delivered to him, and heard of the land and adornment he was about to enjoy what he had and he could fully comprehend them without hindrance, as though he had just heard them. He also recalled his original vow. At the time, Ananda spoke in verse form, saying, "The word only one, very well met with, has caused me."
Sorry, somehow it messed up today. Yeah. Yeah, sorry. Let me share with you the screen one more time, okay?
Oh, I think I'm the host right now, thầy.
Yeah, đưa cho tôi co-host này. Okay. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, go ahead, Thăng Thiền. Please continue.
At that time, Ananda spoke in verse form, saying, "The word only one was very well met with, has caused me to recall the past, the law of immeasurable Buddha, as though I had heard it today. Now I have no more doubt, but dwell securely in the Buddha way. As an expedient means, I act as attendant, guardian, and upholding the law of the Buddhas." So when Nanda heard about Buddha made his the prophecy about him about becoming the Buddha in the future, he also he made a vow that he was realized in his mind. He was very happy to hear this. So when the Buddha speak about the prophecy, he again that he had never before, and then he recalled what the Buddha say about the Dharma storehouses of immeasurable thousand, and he
Sorry, computer act up. Internet act up today. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead, Thăng Thiền. You can summarize what you read then.
um,
you finish?
Yeah, I think I finished. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a question for everyone. Like Buddha mentioned that in the past, he and Venerable Ananda met the vows to practice under the voice King Buddha, right? But somehow Second Buddha, he became Buddha first, and Venerable Ananda, he's still the Buddha disciple. So um,
Could not hear you there.
Did he remember all of them, but he did not have the time to practice Dharma. Instead, he has a very good memory. Yeah, I thought that was the reason today.
yeah. So thank you. So Thân Thiền, you understand that, Thân Thiền, right? Even both them made the vows to practice and follow the Buddha, the voice King Buddha in the past, but somehow one of them, this means second Buddha, became example. But the second one uh, took time to study, and probably he graduated to become a nurse to work under his friends as a doctor, who is the doctor. It makes sense, Tammy?
So some are more able to learn from their
How much they learn, how fast they learn, how much dedication they put in their effort to study. It makes sense, right? So don't be surprised. Right? Two Dharma brothers in the past now become a teacher and student. Right? Mm. And sometimes, whether it's in life, in secular life, in spiritual life, who knows? Your children may lead you in the future. Who knows, right? And like you see that in our after school and ESL programs, right? We have so many little Bodhisattva. They're so great. They like Vivian, they wake up 5:30 in the morning with that age, 13-year-old girls. I don't know, when it was that age, I would like to sleep to wake up that early, but they really want to help others with that good heart. Buddhism, the age, the gender, yeah. So of course now we lead them, but who knows? Future they will lead us. But right, yeah, we fall behind from them. This is normal. Yeah, that's why Buddhism. We learn the Buddha teaching. The Buddha say that don't spy, don't look upon the beginners. Who knows? They may go faster. They may advance more than us if we are lazy, right? Okay, so let's us move on. Then sorry, somehow internet act up today, so please be patient. Yes, cô Thân Nguyễn, please.
Yeah, thưa thầy, at that time the Buddha said to Rahula, in the future existence you become a Buddha with the name stepping on 7 treasure flowers, thus worthy of offering, of right and universal knowledge, perfect clarity and conduct, well gone understanding the word, an excel worthy, trainer of people, teacher of heavenly and human beings, Buddhas, word honest one. You will offer alms to Buddhas and thus come one as numerous as the dust particles of 10 worlds. In all cases, you will be the eldest son of those Buddhas, just as you are my son now. The adornments of the land of stepping on 7 treasure flowers Buddha, the number of kalpas in his lifespan, the discipline he converts, the disciple he converts, his correct law and counterfeit law will not differ from those of the third come one mountain sea wisdom unrestricted power king. Now you will be the eldest son of that Buddha, and after that you will attend Amuntara Sakya Sambodhi. So that I understand from this part is that the Buddha announced to that he will become the Buddha in the future, and just like in that time, Rahula was his son. In the future, Rahula will be also the eldest son of all the Buddha, and he will also attend Amuttara Samkhya Sambodhi. Yeah, Ayida, that's what I understand.
So you see that on the top, right? The Buddha gave position that when Ananda will make offerings to 62 million Buddha, but here he mentioned about Rahula who offer the offerings to limitless number of Buddha, as numerous as those particles, right? So everyone is different, but still that's the way how we need to study from Buddhas and Bodhisattva before we attain Buddhahood. Again, at first we heard that the symbol that everyone has Buddha nature is symbol. Right? We have potential to become a Buddha, but in order to be Buddha, it takes a lot of times. No shortcut. Yeah, take a lot of times. Take a lot of dedication. And another question is that again, you see out of these two stories. So when Ananda in the past he made the vows to study deeply into the Dharma, but when Rahula he would become the eldest son of all the Buddhas. Why is that? Why is that? From time to time, from lifetime to lifetimes. Thân Thiện, you understand why? You understand my question?
Yeah, Mofak, I understand the question. To answer your question, so why did Ananda make a vow to study more? Why and Rahula want to be the eldest son of the Buddha?
Why is that? From lifetime to lifetimes. And this makes sense. And why is that?
Honestly, I don't know have it in many lifetimes.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Tammy, you understand the question? You understand why?
Yeah. So, who better to learn from than your father, or or from your parents? So, since he's got this great prophecy, then he needs to learn from the wisest, and to have that direct connection with people, with parents, is the best way to learn. That's who you learn from the most, especially in the beginning.
Yeah. No. My question is just okay. You see, when Ananda in the past he made the vows to keep uphold the Buddha teaching, and from lifetime to lifetime up to now, he's still the one that uphold or memorize all the Buddha teaching. That's for Ananda. For Rahula, he was Buddha's, or he will be Buddha's son in the future too. So my question is, why is that? Why is that kind of reputation? Why we have that kind of patterns for those students of Buddha? And Jimmy, you understand the question?
Yeah, can you repeat the question?
Okay, my question is that, okay, you see, Ananda in the past, he made the vows to uphold or memorize all the Buddha teachings now, and up to the future too. In the future, he will follow that pattern until he become Buddha, Ananda. Rahula, this lifetime, he was the Buddha's son, and
Yeah, mô Phật và thầy, how or elder Buddha practicing and follow Buddha some teaching, then he will become the elder Buddha as well. That's how I understand it. Mô Phật.
yeah, cô Thông Nguyễn, you understand why? Why is that?
Yes, I understand that. Because those are their potential. First, they have the bodhicitta in the past, and also secondly, yeah, they to become the Buddha, they those are the most potential skill or the power what they practice for many lives. So they have this ability to become so. It's like the seed of a tree. It will grow as a tree, and the seed of flowers will grow in many times. It will become a flower. So how yeah, the years and the time, it just perceptions, but those are the potential. Just like Rahula, he in that lifetime, Rahula was the one of the foremost disciple of the Buddha, with all the he keep all the he has the most patience, and therefore he become the eldest brothers in, and also because he was the only son of the Buddha, but he never show to the people like, oh look, I am the only son of the Buddha. He's very in his practice, he always like this. So of course in the future potential to come back.
Thầy giáo Pháp. Yeah.
Yeah, more okay. I think it's before become a Buddha, they need to practice the Bodhisattva path, and every Bodhisattva they make the vow. Okay, so the vow is depend on the interest of each individual. So basically, for the Ananda, he make the vow to uphold the Buddha teaching because he want to make sure that the Buddha teaching is everlasting in the world. That's the thing that's the purpose of his vow, to make sure that the Buddha teaching never extinction. That's the whole purpose. Due to him, we have the Mahayana and the whole sutra today, so we can thank you to him. So without him, we cannot have the Buddha teaching.
Okay. Yeah. So again, let's go back to the idea. Every one of us, if you look back, follow certain type of pattern, certain type of habit, right? Whether it's in our studying, right, in our teaching, in our working, you recognize that, Tammy? You follow certain type of pattern, right? A habit, right?
Yes, I can't get away from construction. The construction's ingrained in me, and the numbers too.
Yeah. And go to Nguyen, somehow your past come up with engineer, right?
Yes, so in my job, there are software sequence engineer and there are mechanical sequence engineer. So I always pick the mechanical part because that's my most knowledge in this area.
And the pattern too, right? And
Yes, for somehow that I'm always want to stick in the information technologies the most. And anything I have tried, it wasn't last for long. But
yeah. Yeah. How about Thân Thiện, right? So you are an engineer, right?
Yeah, more Thai. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I've been doing what keep me studying. Yeah.
That's why tell me, if you can teach your children to recognize their potential, to recognize their patterns, what their patterns are, so you can lead them. If they have the pattern, become a doctor, encourage them, or engineer, whichever. Yeah, if they follow that kind of pattern that they have built up in so many, you can say so many lifetime, it's much easy. It happened to everyone of us. Then Jimmy say, yeah, he sit with informative uh, software, right? Is that right? And Jimmy?
no, yeah, information technology. Yeah.
Information technology. That's your expertise. And you, Tammy, right? Yeah, with the accounting, right?
Yes, yes. And my kids love to build, so they're like great builders with blocks and stuff. So for sure they'll be builders.
Yeah, and go to with engineer, Thân Thiện, and so forth. And so it's better for us. Everyone of us need to recognize our expertise to develop that. It's much easy. Like and Jimmy say that if we want to jump to different area, sometimes it doesn't work well, right? If you go to medical field, like go to Nguyen, right? It will not work well for yeah. That's why for everyone of us, even in the spiritual part, we need to recognize our own path, to recognize our own potential, so that it's easy for us to work. Let's say we have the pattern of sitting meditation. We love how to do meditation. We love to practice meditation, or we love to practice chanting and so forth. So we need to recognize us. Something you understand that, right? Yeah. So Go Thong Nguyen, you recognize, right? You have the special skill in meditation and so forth, right?
Yes, okay.
How about chanting?
Chanting, I don't have. I think I remember when I was kids, I saw my grandmother every morning. She sit in meditation from 3 to 5. When I was 4 years old, when I was in Vietnam, I saw that from my grandmother. And at that time, I did not know what she did because sometimes I turned to hold her and then I saw she was sitting. But then after I doing meditations in Vipassana, so at a certain stage, I remember and I not meditate.
Yeah. So tell me, when you were sitting, your children run around, right?
Yes.
So how could you deal with them? Is it good for them to see you while you're sitting?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, so I'll just keep sitting and meditating. And my daughter, like every time she sees me and meditating, she runs up, I want to meditate too. I want to meditate too. And sometimes she just, I mean, it's automatically with her. She just plops down out of nowhere and wants to start meditating. I mean, it doesn't last long, but it's just so cute and funny to see. Like, she's much more on it than David. David's not, you know, he'll do it, but like my daughter for sure. Every time she sees me or just kind of out of nowhere, and she's always the one, calm down, calm.
Who knows if you don't for you will be your leaders in the future, right? Yeah. Yeah, thầy giáo Pháp too, right? So you're a software engineer, you could not go to medical school, right? To medical field, right? There's no way. Yeah. So that's why in any field in life, whether it's secular life or spiritual life, we need to recognize our expertise. Otherwise, it's waste of times. Yeah. Okay. So Thăng Thiền, you like meditation, right?
Yeah, more of that.
How about chanting?
Chanting too. Yes.
Chanting too.
Yes.
Yeah, and Jimmy, you do the chanting, right? You like chanting, right?
And I do 21 compassionate every day.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yes. Yeah.
With the wife or yourself?
By myself.
Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty good then. Yeah. So you see that this kind of pattern, this kind of habitual patterns, we build up in so many lifetimes, whether it's in secular life, in the spiritual life. When we get used of that, it's much easier for us to move on. If we can, right? We can switch to different career, but it takes times. Like when I was young, I loved to engage in work in the path of engineer, but and teacher and professor. This is different fields, but still it takes times. How we like to build our habitual pattern depend upon how much effort we want to change. But most of the time we follow the patterns. So that's why, tell me, if you want to know other people, look at their patterns, the habitual patterns. Because if we cannot change our mind, usually we follow up.
It's automatic. Yeah. So if you're not consciously trying to change, then you're just automatically.
Yeah. So how about cô Thông Nguyễn? Is that easy to recognize some people, right? Or most people through their pattern, right?
Yes.
Whether it's good or bad, right? How?
By looking at them and listen to their voice.
If they repeat 1, 2, 3, at least 4 or 5 and up, you see that they're patterns, whether it's good or bad. So that's the way you can recognize their personality, their behavior. Okay, so time is up now. Hopefully see you on next Friday. Okay, Tammy. Chris missed you. Okay.
Namo Sakamuni Buddha. Namo Sakamuni Buddha.
All right. Thank you. See you then.